Choose your character.
Round one.
All right. Welcome back to the Geek Set Podcast, the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and this is 101 with Deuces, the place where I speak with creators, curators, and people that you should know. And right now, man, I'm completing the cycle. I'm getting all the members, man, but I got another GOAT, a legend. I got Amanuel Richards in the building of Dormtainment. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No doubt. Like it's funny because when I interviewed Cam and he was like, "You got to get Amanuel," and I was like, "I'm going down the list." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. He knows why.
Yeah.
When it comes to the biggest geek in the place, it's me.
Oh yeah, no, because on Comedy Trap House, like you probably the one that goes in the most as far as like breaking it down, as far as themes and everything. Like that. So
yeah.
I really like that. But before we get there, I just got to make sure I give you a flower. Shout out to Noriega for normalizing it. But
right.
Did Cam tell you my theory about Dormtainment?
No, he ain't telling me no.
So I call you guys the J. Cole of creators.
I like that.
And the reason for it is because J. Cole, he put out that song Middle Child, right?
Right.
Because he polys with the legends and the OGs, and in hip hop. But he's also, it's not weird for him to work with the youngins like Kodak Black and all that like that, right? He walks that perfect line, and I feel like Dormtainment is that. Like you guys,
see it. As
far as actors, creators, like the OGs and legends and everybody, they know of you guys. Like I was listening to an interview that you guys had, and you were saying like, no, I think Mike was saying, he was like, yo, yeah, we knew Issa, but when we first met Issa, we kind of just wanted to let her know we were fans of hers. And she was like, oh, I'm fans of y'all's, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what I'm saying? Like they know y'all, but then also, when y'all did like the dad jokes and the new kids that was doing the dad jokes, like they did it with y'all. And it was like, yo, this is really dope. So I just want to make sure that I know you guys hear it all the time, but like the countless entertainment that you guys have given us. I mean, even the little small gems without you guys even noticing that you're teaching it. Because one of the things that I love about Dormtainment's makeup is how everybody everybody can step in and do everybody's role, but everybody does master a role. And like it's funny because like when I'm watching it, I can tell when like Cam edits or when Rome edits or when you're editing it. Like I can see the little nuances and everything. And that's how we built Geek Set. It was like everybody, we have an audio engineer. Now all of us can engineer, but that's his world. My guy does our apparel. Like you said, he makes sure that we have Geek Set stuff on us in any time. I'm the online marketer. My brother Dej, he does all of our videos. So it's like the way that you guys kind of like alleviate responsibility so that way it's not heavy on one person. That's how we operate, and I love it because I'm like, yo, that's how you see a team move. And I was telling like I said, when I see you guys on something and make it, I've been watching y'all so much, I feel like I'm y'all nigga. So I'm like, what I'm saying, when y'all pop up on a movie or we y'all in a commercial, I'm like, yo, nigga, doing like I'm celebrating like I was there from day one.
I feel you. That's how I'm a fan like that as well. So
I need y'all to know, man, like, what I'm saying, as much as y'all hear it from this bird's mouth to y'all, man, thank y'all for everything that y'all giving, man, because you guys are so dope, and I appreciate everything y'all bring to the world, man.
Man, I appreciate the compliments, man, and to be compared to J. Cole makes the most sense because we can easily shift from, trying to you can see the greatness that we're trying to aspire for, but sometimes look homeless at the same time. So I appreciate being compared to J. Cole.
So the one thing though that I didn't know until I was watching this interview, so I always assumed that y'all just y'all had this constructed plan, like, all right, we are moving from Atlanta to LA. But come to find out, like, y'all was contemplating and trying to figure it out, but it wasn't until Tracy Edmonds gave you guys, hired you guys for some work that it was like, all right, that solidified it. And I was like, I did not know that. So like that to me was like, it was like faith was telling y'all like, hey man, get out of here, man.
Yeah, and also that there's some bad women in LA because for Tracy Edmond to fly us out, I mean, come on. But no, I mean, like it's the funny thing when you look back on a lot of like documentaries about people that came up and stuff, you often find like other people that came up that were helping them out or they helped out or something like that. So it was cool to see, you know, when we look back on our history now, we could kind of see the cohesion of other people, Black people especially, that were in Hollywood that helped us out. You know what I'm saying? And these people went off to do some great things, and a lot of them are still aspiring for that, just like we are. Mm-hmm. And it's I don't know. It builds a bond that's better than just working, like, especially as a creative, right? When you're a creative, and I mean, most people are nowadays. Everybody has started a YouTube channel now. Everyone's trying to up their brand, their personal brand, their business. You can kind of get lost in the idea that you're doing it by yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think with Dormtainment, we didn't know, but it kind of organically happened where we had to Voltron up. Like we knew that, you know, us together, working together will yield better results because it's harder being one. Yeah. You know, the more people you have, the better. Now, when it comes to splitting up money, you gotta think on the long run of that because you're splitting up a check however many different ways. Yep. But as long as you keep in mind that the dream, the main goal is to get to where y'all want to get to, then that stuff kind of becomes like little ancillary stuff that you don't really worry about, you know. But
what's dope about y'all story, and I think that I don't know if it's weird on your end, but like your guys' is pretty much creative life is documented on the internet from start to now,
kinda right? Is, yeah.
And so it's like it's those lessons that like what y'all is literally like Dormtainment did that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. Like it's that whole part. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's funny because like we're in this position right now with GEEK Set where we're now like pitching things to, you know what I'm saying, to networks and everything like that. And I took a lesson from y'all because I'm like, fam, Dormtainment is Dormtainment. Like I don't think y'all realize the name. Like I said when you say the name remember that interview with Beyonce was like, where somebody was like, you are Beyonce. Beyonce was like, thank you. That's Dormtainment. And I was telling my team, I was like, man, Dormtainment, even at the height of when they had their opportunity to meet Comedy Central, they told, like you guys told us like how like, oh man, we didn't really have stuff planned, but then y'all had to go back and then y'all came back with reset, right? And I was like, so when we get to that point, let's make sure we have plans set, right? You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. Hearing y'all stories and everything and hearing that, like it's like seeing that. Is it weird for you to know that like y'all career as far as creators like that is documented so much?
It is a little weird because I mean, in our group, we you know tend to have. I think everyone has a side that's, you know, outgoing and extroverted, I guess. Yep. But then you got some of us that are more introverted, like myself sometimes. Yeah. And you know, it could be weird for lots of fans and lots of people to come up to you and to, you know, to display that love sometimes. But at the same time, this is what you do it for. You know what I'm saying? This is for, like, you do it to make people laugh. At the end of the day, we had to come to an understanding. Why are we doing what we're doing? Like baseline, not even like for the money. The checks will come, all that stuff. Yeah. Like, you know, you could strive to have a house in Malibu, all that stuff. But why are we doing what we're doing? When we die, what are we saying what are we leaving behind us? Yeah. And for us, we just knew we at the end of the day, it's making people happy. You know what I'm saying? So if we can do that, if we can put a smile on a person's face for the day, then we're good. And I feel like I got away from your question, but that's my mind went.
It's on brand because also, so I, you know, as I told you before we started the interview, you know, I've been a fan of you guys for a while, but I also do a lot of research just to make sure I have a good interview. And you are the most elusive Dormtainment member, like even more than Mike, even more than Chaz, because I'm at least able to find, you know, interviews with them and stuff like that. They got more social media presence. Like sometimes because I live for those moments where I say something in an interview and the person's like, damn, like, you know, like that Nardwuar moment.
Right.
I can't find shit on MMA. Like, but I know that you do a lot behind the scenes, but I'm just like, damn. But then like I felt good. I was like, oh shit. I'm probably about to have the first Amanual solo interview.
You kind of are low key.
I was like, oh shit! So
low key, brother.
I'm out here making waves with this one.
I'm saying, man, you know, put on the good jacket for you.
But one thing that I did find out that I didn't know, and also because you don't really post so much on social media, I feel like any other person probably would have highlighted it. But like you're doing voiceover work, you're on Motown Magic, and I was like, wait a minute. And the funny thing is, when I was interviewing Cam, I said something about him doing the voiceover. He was like, no, that wasn't me. I was like, well, why is it on your IMDb? So when I saw this one of yours, I was like, wait, let me check first. Let me make sure. And I went to the page and went to the clip. I was like, okay, yeah, that's his voice. I could tell it and everything. How did that come about?
Man, we all had, so this was during the time we were kind of trying to get more into the acting game and trying to see, you know, where do us as individuals, can we get some other roles? Like, you know, because we felt anything we do outside the group helps the group overall.
Yes.
You know, the bigger you get as an individual, you bring that back here and it allows us to cook up more. Just building the building higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, so at this time we had an agent, we had, you know, people that were sending us out on stuff, and someone from Netflix, I guess they were doing a casting search for a new Black cartoon that they wanted to do. And we told our agent, put our hats in the bucket for that. Mm-hmm. And they did a voiceover challenge, a voiceover. We went to the rehearsal kind of, not the casting for it. And we all tried out. And I was a little skeptical of if I was going to do well or not, but I went in there and at the end, I won, baby. I won. I have to remind the guys every day.
I was just about to say,
whenever you get out of pocket, I was on Netflix, baby.
I was about to say that because of y'all brotherhood and y'all, the way that y'all clowning each other, I know that that's something that you utilize all the time.
Come on, man. I saw when Rome got his commercial, I told him, yeah, that's cool and everything, but you know, it ain't Netflix.
Right. I mean, you can replay me. I mean, no, but that was dope. That's dope because, you know, that's another thing too. Because of how much y'all did on the internet, y'all voices are recognizable too.
Yeah, so, that's crazy. I still don't even believe that until people tell me, literally reach out and be like, yo, I heard your voice. I'm like, huh? Really? Really? All right.
well, also because so Jerome Hansen is implanted in Black people's head for that is like synonymous is no matter what. And because even though you do change your voice a little bit, it still has a lot of your voice in it.
Right.
And so it's very easy to hear, especially your voice. And so and and then again, like I said, those you guys, it's funny because we don't have we have Saturday Night Live and everything like that, but it was as far as the sketches that you guys did,
right,
and the amount of memes that Dormtainment is responsible for, it's you guys are embedded in Black culture forever. I mean, whether it's the Black people laughing, whether it's Chaz falling down, whether it's Jerome Hansen, no matter there's so much, whether it's Chaz coming in, that's a fact, Jack.
Right.
It's so much that you guys have done. And
one of my favorites is Rome, the White Tears.
Oh my God.
I think is one of my favorients.
Bro,
ever.
I use that so much.
I love
I think I tweeted it out to y'all once. I said,
oh my God.
Thank you, Dormtainment, for making the greatest gift ever. Because it's not only the white lady crying, and it's not only Rome dancing, it's how long it goes too.
It keeps going. Yeah. Right, and the funny thing about that is we were shooting that came from a skit called World's Worst Boyfriend.
Yep, I remember.
And I remember that wasn't a scene that was in it at all. I just literally, Rome was dancing in that section. I was flipping the camera around and I was like, wait. Let me get you crying and just Rome do that in the background. And it was just supposed to be just a joke. We're probably gonna throw the footage away or whatever. And Rome decided to post it. That thing went off, and I was like, "Man, that is well deserved." If people get that,
it is, man. It definitely is, and I think that that's why it's there's so many things that you guys have because, you know, whether like even the songs, Ass on the Internet, like, you know what I'm saying, Body Roll, like it's just like you guys got so many classics. And it's funny because soon as like everybody has a favorite Dormtainment sketch moment or whatever the case may be. Like I and it's also to that point where it's like I don't think there's not one black person that don't know the name Dormtainment. Like, cause like even like when we do these, we post it in our Patreon, in our Discord, like, yo, we got it. And I'm talking about everybody, like, oh shit, like, oh yeah, I remember this. Cause like, you know, when it was a while between Rome and Cam. So when I posted Cam, everybody got excited. And then right immediately after you confirmed. So when I posted you, everybody was like, oh hell yeah. And so it's like everybody has these moments and then people just kind of go down the Rolodex of their favorite. So question I like to ask Dormtainment members, what is your favorite sketch?
Man, that's a hard one, Jay.
It is. I know. That's why I do it.
It's many Dormtainment sketches. Some that I love. There's been ones that we shot that I hate too. I'm not even gonna front with you. Oh yes. Some that we like. I asked purposely take that down because I'm not proud of that.
Well, I feel like that'd be
that's rare. That's rare.
That'd be a better question. What's the one that you hate?
Oh man, we did a sketch. What was the name of that sketch? We did a sketch. I'll just put it like this. At the end of the sketch, it ended with me, Cam, and two girls, and we basically busting it down. And it was so gratuitous looking that I was just like, I'm not comfortable with this.
Wait, did that one make it? Because I feel like I don't remember that one.
Low key, people are probably gonna search it and find some copy of it or something. But we took it down. But it was basic. I forgot what it was like. Girls can do this, guys can do that. It was one of these type of things, and it just felt too. You know, you could look back at some sketches and be like, I think we've grown beyond that point. And
I feel you on that. You know what's funny? Full circle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how up to date you are, but did you see the whole Drewski situation that happened yesterday?
What happened with Drewski?
He posted a video, and it was pretty much, Drewski normally clowns on niggas acting wild, right? So he did one of those type of videos. I didn't get to see the original caption, but I saw the video. But it was pretty much two dudes, and they was just kept on trying to get the chicks to drink and drink and drink. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he was acting like overly acting how he does. You know what I'm saying? But to show like that predatory.
And they were actually drinking?
I don't think they were actually drinking. I think for the sketch they were.
Oh, okay.
Like, but he was saying all the stuff like, oh no, I already took my shot. Y'all take a shot. Oh, just one more. One more. But he ended up deleting it because the backlash. And I felt like that same thought process. I feel like in retrospect, after it was done, Drewski probably was like, yeah, that one was a little bit too far.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's funny that this conversation is happening because in comedy period, there's this like tumultuous time. Chris got slapped. I think T.I. tried to shut down Homegirl. There's just a lot of people. But I don't know. For me personally, there's always been, comedies trying to find a line, where how far we can go. What's trying to say something culturally. And there's always been places I didn't really care to go. Mm-hmm. Like I remember a time when like Instagram, or was it Instagram comedy, or maybe it was what's the one that kind of came and went?
Vine.
Vine. Maybe Vine. There used to be a lot of like dudes just smacking girls' ass as comedy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of dudes just like, it became like at the ass show. You get an Instagram model and you show something, maybe they feel on it. I don't know. It became a little weird to me, at some points. And that was the part I wasn't really down with. Like, it was just like, this ain't necessarily funny.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It got to a point where it just wasn't even funny. It's just like, this is just sexual. And that's cool. If there's a place and time for porn. Yep. And there's a place and time to smack some ass. Yeah. But when it just came to comedy, and it just felt like, that was happening too much. It was just like,
but you got
guys kind of taking advantage. But go ahead.
Yeah, but that's why you got to cover yourself. Like that's why I like how like Timothy Chantarantsu, the way that he approaches it. Like he says, like, you know, even back then, you know, remember early YouTube, it was like, all right, you got to put a sexy girl in the thumbnail.
Right.
And he explained, he was like, yeah, I did it. But he was like, but I always gave 2 options to the lady that was featured. It was either it was the non-sexual one, it was the regular one. The lady always chooses it, but you put that choice in their hands to cover.
Yeah. And that's not even necessarily my point. Like that's fine. You know, that's good that he did that. But the main thing about Tim is that he's funny.
Yes, that is
you
true.
know, that's all I'm saying.
Is true.
It's not just the sexualized stuff first, and then we'll just be silly. It's he trying to be funny, and then you also got this as you got the booty as the additive.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The booty is the additive.
Yeah,
and we've had sketches where we do that too, but it's always comedy first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, it's funny because it's like going back watching old Dormtainment. The best thing is like, oh shit, that's such and such. Oh shit, that's such and such. Like y'all done work with so many people that is popping now. Like that is so dope, man. Because I feel like it's like, all right, you got to go through the Dormtainment house, and then like it's a process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all right. So the one thing that I did want to get into though, because like I said, one of the reasons why you are here 100% sure is because you rock with that geek shit. And you know what I'm saying? This is a geek podcast. So I wanted first things first, I wanted to ask you, are you more Marvel or more DC?
Man, I have been more Marvel since I was a kid, bro. Like honestly, the only thing from DC that I think I love is probably Batman, which I think most people love. But since I was a kid, the X-Men cartoons, X-Men comics, Spider-Man, who else? You know, just all the Marvel characters I always loved. Yeah. Now the Avengers, that's the biggest thing right now. I was never really into the Avengers like that. To be honest with you, the Avengers were like B-list characters.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about Kevin Feige with the brilliance that he did, because like he took like just like, oh, I know the name of the character, and turned them to these superstar status characters. Like Iron Man was never at the level of Batman, but now he is right up there, right up there. Yep, man. And I know the greatest thing right now about Disney is buying the Fox. The whole Fox as a company, because to get X-Men in there, to get the rest of the Marvel crew in there, that's beautiful. I know. I can't wait until like, because one, like I said, in the MCU, they still haven't dropped the name mutants. Like they haven't said mutants in any of the movies. And like in Doctor Strange that's coming up, we got a glimpse. I mean, we hear Patrick Stewart's voice. So we know that Professor Xavier is in there, but it was like, I cannot wait to see like once that lid gets uncovered of this next phase, because we know Fantastic Four is coming. Yeah. We know X-Men is coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just kind of see where that is and where that's going at. So in Marvel, who's your go-to? Like you got X-Men. Who's your top dog? My favorite group in Marvel has always been X-Men. So, you know, that's always been my favorite group. My favorite individual character in Marvel, it was always a toss-up. It was a toss-up between Spider-Man and Wolverine. Okay. You know, I got a little hair on my chest, so any man that has a beard and some hair probably gonna like Wolverine. But yeah, I really mess with them. And then the villains like Magneto, I thought was so hard. Professor, and you know, they got deep cuts. You know, they have Onslaught, who's a cross between Magneto and Professor Xavier. Yeah, man, it's just so many good characters. But X-Men for sure. And then do you remember the Sega X-Men game? Oh yeah. The just the walk along. Yeah, the side scroller. The side scroller. Yeah. That game made Nightwing. No, not Nightwing. Why I can't think of his name? Why am I blanking on his name? It's a blue person? Yeah, the one that can... Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler. I wanted to say Nightwing, then I wanted to say Nightwolf. Nightcrawler. I know you, man. Yeah. That one made Nightcrawler one of my favorite characters, because playing that game and utilizing that. And then even in those Fox movies, that one where he runs... That first one? Woo! That movie he showed up in the... Yeah, what? Oh my God, what a scene. People sleep on that second X-Men movie. That was a great movie. Well, the old X-Men movies, they had certain elements that was was dope, right? It
Yeah,
was just
for
overall story wise, they kind of just started taking liberties that they didn't have to. Like,
right.
in the third one when they killed off Cyclops, it was like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
and then like,
Even though Cyclops was crying too much for me, I can't do all that Cyclops crying. Like,
but
just
I mean, Cyclops is always the ops. I mean, even in the cartoon,
true,
you know what
true.
I'm saying? He's like fam, like Wolverine, you know what I'm
But
saying?
you would think he would be more like the Captain America type
Like
of
Boy Scout type.
yeah,
one,
you know, but whatever. It's all good.
Well, I mean, but I think that's the difference would have to be because like when you read the comics, and, in Marvel, Cap was a little bit always more likable than Cyclops. Like it was very rare that I heard people say because like Cyclops was their favorite because even in X-Men like Gambit was always like somebody's favorite.
Right.
Wolverine was somebody's favorite.
Right.
Grey and her, her Phoenix saga. Like it's just like Cyclops was never nobody's favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that people liked about him was just the power.
Yeah, just
shooting lasers out your eyes. But him as a person, I mean, oh my god.
Yeah,
he's just not the most likable person.
Nah,
I was trying to think of somebody that's not likable nowadays that I can compare him to, but
like nowadays, I don't know.
Is he the equivalent to like the Island Boys? He's the Island Boys of X-Men. That's
Island
exactly
Boys of X-Men.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I do want to try to classify them. We're gonna come back to that.
Yeah,
I do want to kind of classify them to that.
Were you more of a Marvel or a DC?
So in comics, is DC for me because
really
Nightwing is my favorite, one of my favorite heroes because he's as skilled as Batman, but he's less deranged. Like I love Batman, but I acknowledge that Batman is psycho and has some issues that he really needs to deal with. And I feel like Nightwing, you know what I'm saying, which is, he was the first Robin, and the reason why he turned into Nightwing is that he was like, I want to be my own person. And the difference between Nightwing and Batman believes that everything he has, like he's the only one that can do it. He very rarely relinquishes responsibility to somebody else. Where Nightwing is like, no, let's work. I did it with the Teen Titans. Like I want to collaborate with people. And then also I believe Batman has the best role gallery. Like
okay, yes,
villains,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah. Now, Spider-Man is a close second to me.
Close second for sure.
And then Quiet as Kept, Flash is third to me.
Really? You like old Frozen Gun? Nah, I don't know.
You don't like Captain Cold?
I don't know, man.
No.
Who is Boomerang also?
Yes,
Captain Boomerang.
So that's the thing. Flash villains got trash names. If you unless you a speedster, you have a trash name because one of his biggest villains is also the Thinker. It was like, really?
I'm gonna stop you, Flash. I'm gonna put some thought into this.
But like I said,
crazy.
They always say you gotta have a good villain. You know what I'm saying? And
before
like all these new villains that we got because within Marvel, because like it was always one-off. Like in X-Men, you got Magneto, you had Sabretooth, you know what I'm saying? Like these big villains, but it was like a lot of people was anti-villains, in Fantastic Four, of course, Dr. Doom, but it was like, the rest of it was like nobody had big role galleries, but where Batman has like, like you got Two-Face, Joker, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, like, and then like with Spider-Man, we're having Venom and Carnage and
Doc Ock,
like it's just so much iconic and everything. And so it's like I when it came down to that, like with the comic books, I always went DC. And with animation, it was always a back and forth because Batman animation, the animated show, is
fantastic.
Top tier. And Justice League Unlimited,
fantastic,
top tier, right?
Yep.
But also, like you said, X-Men is top tier. That
fantastic.
original, that Spider-Man, top tier.
Top tier.
So it was always a back and forth. Now in movies, Marvel's hand down. Marvel bodies DC, and it bothers me because I love DC, and they just can't get it right.
See, I guess what it is, when I was a kid, I think I might have been more DC as a young kid, like elementary school, because I mean, Batman, when I first saw Batman, the animated series, and then I had a cousin. I was one of those kids that had a cousin that owned a bunch of comic books. Yeah, and he was really into comic books, and so when I would go over to his place, I'd be enthralled just looking at the covers, just being like, whoa, this looks amazing. And then you start reading and getting into the stories. And I dropped comics for a long time after I was young, like in elementary school. I kind of stopped and got away from it. But I forgot what year it was. But what got me back into comics was I read a kind of anthology. It was called House of M.
Oh, such a good storyline.
And that was the first thing I read coming back because somebody told me, oh, this is pretty good. Like, you should check that out. So I read the whole thing and I was blown away. Yeah. I was like, this is how they writing in comics now?
Right?
Like, this is like a Born Identity movie that I'm reading right now with my favorite superheroes. Like, so, and I thought it was just so fire.
If you see how WandaVision was ending, it was actually kind of similar going into the House of M storyline, where like right up until that moment where she said no more mutants. Yeah, like I love like House of M is such a dope storyline because like again, like I said, it gets grittier. Here's where I'm going to blow your mind because a lot of properties are doing that. You remember the OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right?
Of course.
Have you read any of the comics of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
I've seen them in the comic stores, but I've never really actually picked them up.
Bro. So there's a storyline called Shattered Grid. It's the original Mighty
I've heard something about this.
Yeah, it's the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, but just grittier. And they introduce you to Lord Draken, which is a hybrid of Green Ranger, White Ranger. But like it was if the Green Ranger, if Rita's hold didn't get loosened from Tommy. And Tommy ends up becoming more powerful, and then he becomes this hybrid of Green Ranger, White Ranger, and it's like just fucking shit up. That storyline is ridiculous, bro.
I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
So and a third thing where I like to introduce people to. Have you ever heard of the YouTuber Comic Storian?
Oh yeah, great YouTuber.
I love that YouTuber because I tell people like, if you can't sit down and read a comic, go to his channel.
Just listen to him, right?
And you can just listen to him. And I think what makes him so dope is how he dramatically reads it.
Yes.
So it's like it's not like just somebody reading it. It's like he gets into character and everything.
Yeah.
And so he did the Shattered Grid run as well. He did the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one where a turtle dies. Where all the turtles die except one. It's a Ronin storyline. That's another one to check out.
Okay.
Because when you see the cover, the turtle has all black on. So you don't know, you don't know, and he has all the turtles' weapons. So you don't know which turtle survived until like later on in the series. But like I said, I like that. I like that they're taking our properties and giving them like just a grittier realism type of lifestyle in the comic books. Those are two that I definitely would recommend for you, bro.
Okay. And let me ask you this: taking it back to movies real quick, like and grittier tone. How did you feel about like the Zack Snyder Justice League run or his universe? Because a lot of people were, I remember at the beginning, a lot of people were on the fence about how dark it was. I mean, I know we just had a new Batman that's probably darker than the whole of Nigeria. But but you know, with Zack Snyder, it had that darker, grittier tone. They'll add like Batman saying "fuck" in it. I don't know if that matters to you or not, but you know, how do you feel? How did you feel about Zack Snyder's?
So I appreciated the Snyder cut. I did not like. So I hated Justice League when it first came.
Josh Whedon.
Yes.
Oh no, we could throw that.
Yeah, we could throw that out. And the reason why I appreciate Snyder's cut and the storyline of Justice League, because the one thing I always had an issue with the Whedon one, I was like, there's no way that you tell the Apocalypse War, the Dark Side Wars and everything like that, like without highlighting the importance of Cyborg.
Yeah.
And because I was like, it's all about the boom tube, the mother boxes, and that's all Cyborg. So I was like, if you're taking that out, I'm upset about it because it's like then this story has no origin, it has no connection. So with the Snyder Cut, like as far as the darkness in my head, because I've been reading like the Dark Knight's comic book run where they introduce like the Batman that laughs and everything, and in my head, I mean, I don't like campy Batman. Like it you know, it stands its time, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, to what they did, but like I like the darker version of Batman. So it's like for me, that I do like that, but and I did like how Zack Snyder, how he did even with Superman, because Superman always walks the line. And I always tell people, I was like, the great thing about Batman and Superman's relationship is that Batman respects Superman, but he realized that Superman has to be a symbol of hope and peace. So when it comes down to the grittiness and getting shit done, Batman's the first to volunteer, like, let me get my hands dirty. You don't do this, because people need to see you as the hero. They can hate me and fear me. I'm okay with that. They don't need to fear you. So I like that, how, you know what I'm saying, like that, you know, in the Snyder Cut and everything, how they dive deeper into like that impact of how Bruce really felt when Superman died. Like people forget, like though they beef, he really does respect the hell out of Superman, and so that did hit him. If you remember in the animated series, Batman was fucked up when Superman died. So like I thought it was pretty dope, man. I like the darker version of it.
My only thing with that is that there's some things that I wish they did differently with Superman's character. I just like, even though I understood it, I love the tone to it and everything. That first Man of Steel movie was incredible.
I swear it was.
I don't know why they didn't do a part 2 to that immediately, but
it's weird because you have this A-list actor saying, "I will play Superman as long as y'all let me," and the studio's like, "Eh." I'm like, nigga, what? Like,
right. It's like somebody's jealous of his muscles. But like, I always felt that Superman should have had, I'll say 2 changes as a writer I would have made, right? One, I would have made Superman in that universe actually lighter as a character, meaning that I would have made him something closer to, he grew up on a farm, right? He grew up on a farm in Kansas, kind of out there in Smallville. I think there should have been a naivete to Superman a little bit. A good person by name. I think the closest character that I could compare to is Goku. I think Superman should have been more like Goku. You know how Goku's friendly, always joking, has this silly, doesn't understand the true nature of his powers, of his...
he doesn't understand a true threat. Like
he doesn't know a true threat. And so for this to be the first time when Zod, a complete opposite, wants to come kill and destroy this man, I felt like, you know, making him more of that lighter character. And when he dies, imagine Goku died. When Goku died, you feel like, you know, damn, you know, this friendly, nice hero of ours. It's like it didn't seem like he had a bad bone in him. That's what I wanted to see from Superman a little more.
It would have made sense with his resurrection too, because when he came back and it was like, oh, like, because then you would have really saw the change in his demeanor. You would have saw this fun, happy-go-lucky, you know what I'm saying, just trying to, you know, trying to protect the world, to like this stone-faced Superman, like, oh shit, this is a different Superman.
How much scarier would that have been now?
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's just not the one you expect at all. Like we just know this loving Superman, this this friendly, just warm guy, and he comes back as damn near a monster. That would have been terrifying. And it was good. But the only other thing is in Man of Steel, I know a lot of people fight about the neck snapping thing, being like him snapping Zod's neck. That's, some people say that's not in his character. I kind of agree with that. I kind of lean towards, like, they should have kicked him through like the negative zone. Figure out a plan to like get him out of there. True. But to snap his neck felt a little like that's the thing where Superman, like, that's the thing he comes up with. I'm like, okay.
At that point, he shouldn't have, because you got to think, like, even if you go off the Injustice storyline, it takes a moment for him to snap, and that was too early. Like, first villain, you breaking the neck of the first villain, bro. Like, you're supposed to lead up to that, and like, you got to have an established history of you doing greatness, and then like, oh shit, Superman snap, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
in the newest Spider-Man, they kind of did it better because you know what I'm saying? Like when you know, they tried to figure out how to help the villains. That was a very admirable, whatever.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
I don't want to butcher it.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
That Spider-Man would try to help the bad guys, you know, the people that he considered bad, or try to figure out a unique way instead of let's just kill them and destroy them. You know what I mean? So I thought Superman should have a little bit of that heart. That's what makes him interesting. And if Superman's a little dumb, I think that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Like a little, just a little naive, a little silly. It just adds to his character. So that would have been my change.
That's why, you know, to jump over to anime, like that's why it does work for Goku. You know what I'm saying? Goku is this all-powerful being. Everybody knows if he gets to it, Goku gonna fuck shit up.
But he's just so damn lovable.
He's so
damn lovable.
but it's funny because it's like if you look at all the moves that he makes, it's like, damn, Goku, you are the reason that we're in this situation. Like in that Tournament of Power arc, you know what I'm saying? Like it legit was just like he just wanted to fight, and then next thing you know, it turned to this whole tournament that like the universe is
at stake.
Like, damn, dog.
Like, bro.
But
I was just trying to get some reps in. You got the universe at stake.
But even the resolution of it, the way that he treats Zeno, like he talk like everybody's like, oh shit, it's Zeno, bow down, and he's like, hey man, y'all trying to kick it?
Right.
You know what? This is to bring it back to some Dormtainment stuff. Remember that video you did where the guy kept on stopping you?
Oh like, my God! Yeah.
That's Goku. Like, hey, man,
yes.
Like he just wanted,
and not knowing he could whoop your ass.
He's just friendly. He just wanted to be a part of it.
That's it, man. That's it. That's how I just think it could have used a little bit of that. But outside of that, the Zack Snyder cut, I thought it was good, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Man.
Me too. Like I said, I was like, damn. And see, that's my issue with DC and why like other fandoms are going so hard right now. Like when you look at Marvel, one of the major reasons why MCU is being so successful is because Kevin Feige is the captain of the ship. Now there's many directors that contribute to it, but Kevin Feige has the good plan. In Star Wars, the reason why Star Wars has been catapulting right now is because and the world has been expanded because John Favreau. You know what I'm saying? He is the captain of that ship and he expanding his universe. DC doesn't have that. Snyder could have been it, but then they didn't want to wait for him, which I feel like bro, like that was classless of Warner Brothers. It's like, fam, he's dealing with a death in his family. I get it that there's money involved, but if you know what you're competing with and you know that this person has a vision for a whole universe, like work with him. Figure it out.
It's just it's too much of that going on right now, especially with the people, the owners of the properties we love. I was very pulling for Disney to get everything back.
Me too.
Make sure get the Hulk back, get everybody back, get everybody back. I want all the characters back, but at the same time, I'm a man who wants diversity. You know what I'm saying? So I want diversity amongst our superhero movies. You know what I mean? And if there's only two major corporations that owns all the theater, all the movies, and one does good, the other one's just gonna copy the other one. It's like did you ever notice that trend with DC movies and Marvel movies for a while? Like there would be unique things. Like at the time when Batman versus Superman came out, what came out? Another versus movie. Yeah,
it was Civil War at that time.
It was Civil War, right? And it was like, okay, so and then I remember it might have been Civil War as well, the same movie. Both movies opened up in Africa. It was the weirdest thing.
I don't remember that, but like that.
I remember Jimmy Olsen getting shot in Africa at as they were reporting or something. And the other one in Marvel, remember they blew up Wakanda area.
They did,
Wanda. She kind of blew up that area. So I was like, why are they both in Africa? Like a lot of things will correlate where it seems like they're doing the same thing.
Well, but that's always been their whole case. I mean, even with Thanos' Dark Side, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Captain Marvel, there's two ones in there. But see, here's where I theorize, and I say where DC should be different from Marvel. But like the one thing that they should copy off of Marvel. So the one thing that they should copy off of Marvel, and this is where I think that they should catapult a whole universe. How Iron Man was like, you know the name, but he wasn't the top dog, and they started off the whole universe in the world with him. I feel like they should start with Cyborg. You start with Cyborg, do the Cyborg origin story, talk about, you know, his accident, talk about the mother boxes and everything, and the tech in regards to there. Because the world knows Batman, the world knows Superman, the world knows Wonder Woman. You can still bring them in, but start off with just a known enough name, right? I like Marvel's how they start with that.
Yes.
Now, where they can.
You're saying this if they kick off a new Justice League?
Well, I said that even way back then. I was like, okay. I'm just reiterating to you. Now, here's where I believe that they should be different, and here's where I think that they have the opportunity to do it now. The one thing outside of when Marvel started doing shows, there was the show characters never transferred over to the movies, right?
Right.
Now here we have the DC properties, and they have the Arrowverse. So like Grant Gustin, to me, that's my Flash. I never liked it Ezra Miller's Flash, but Grant Gustin is my Flash. If you watch the Arrow, the guy, I forgot the guy's name, but he played Deathstroke in that. Oh yeah,
I forgot his name too.
That season, that Deathstroke was ridiculous. I was like, because I really felt like he took over the city, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like where DC can change it up with Marvel is, you know what? Let me get these people that the world already loves. Let's put them in the movie and let's create it off of that. So you start off with Cyborg, you bring in TV stars and translate them over to movies. It'll separate you from what Marvel's doing because, like I said, if you copy the format down to the T, you're forever going to be compared. And I feel like Marvel and DC from the beginning of time has always been compared, and you can't get away from it, but there's certain things that you can do to try to separate it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like just trying to find what is going to work for DC. I don't want them to do exactly what Marvel is doing. And so, but I fuck with the Batman that we just had. Like I was on the fence up until the first trailer because I didn't believe in Pattinson as being a good Batman Bruce Wayne. And you know, just like everybody, I saw all the Twilights because I went with my girl and I saw every last Twilight. So in my head,
you ain't got to put that excuse in there. You went by yourself. You know you did. Every movie you went Twilight. In
my head, that's the Robert Pattinson I know. So when they announced it, I was like, nigga, what? And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. But then when the trailer came out, I was like, all right, wait a minute. We may got something here.
Yeah. I knew he was a good actor. I watched other movies he was in. He was in some other like indie movies.
Yeah, I saw
that he was really good. But do you think that universe has anything to do with DC Universe though? Because I feel like the Zack Snyder universe is still there. It's like they're still doing a Wonder Woman movie, right? I think.
Well, yes, because it's
they're doing an Aquaman movie.
They're doing an Aquaman and they're doing the Wonder Woman, but
the Flash is coming out, which is all Snyder's characters. You know what I'm saying? Now Ezra got himself into trouble, so I don't know what's going to happen with that.
This is my theory of what they should do, and this is why I said they have the opportunity to do it.
I already know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say put Grant Gustin as the new Flash.
Yeah, but you know
in the theaters
because this is Flashpoint, so they got 90% of the movie done. And everybody knows the Flashpoint storyline involves the Speed Force going back in time and everything like that. You can have Ezra Miller get lost in the Speed Force. You can bring in Grant Gustin, and you can create the story. It can be meta. He can be like, I don't even know how I got here.
Yeah,
I'm Flash. I'm Barry Allen, and then move on with that.
I'm not mad at that. I actually like him. I haven't watched all the Flash. I've watched the first 2 seasons. I watched the first 2 seasons a while back, and I remember that I really actually liked him as the Flash, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. I just kind of fell off after a while, but
I mean, it's a lot that's going on, and plus, y'all stay working.
It's only so many shows to keep up with. There's a lot of good shows out there right now. They about to come out with the Penguin show, which I can't wait for.
I cannot wait because he killed that role.
Man, he's one of the best parts of that movie for real.
100%. I like because when you think about the Penguin, there's like different iterations of the Penguin. I like how he had like he looked like a mobster, but it was certain movements that it kind of paid homage to like Danny DeVito's Penguin. Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying, the way he waddled.
He kind of waddled a little bit.
Yeah. So I was like, I like that. I like it when it's subtle. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. You don't have to fully like make it goofy, but it was like you can bring it in. So So then I wanted to ask you, who do you think is coming in the next villain?
I mean, I've heard the rumors, even from, I think the director even mentioned it, that they might bring in a Mr. Freeze.
I think Freeze.
And I will be very interested to see what like a grounded Mr. Freeze is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like this world is going to get to fantastical with the villains, you know?
Well,
and they have to do it. They have to do it somewhat realistic, somewhat. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And I could see a Mr. Freeze that like sets off bombs in the city that freezes using some type of nitrogen or something. You know what I'm saying? Doing something unique with the freezing. I don't know if he'll have his freeze gun. I don't know how you do that. I really don't.
Well, here's I always got a theory. I got a theory.
Break it down.
So here's what I think, because the way that the Batman ended, Gotham is flooded, right?
Yep.
I believe because Freeze is already, he's a scientist that studies that. He studies cryogenics and everything like that. So they're going to need his help. I believe he's going to start off good, because remember, he's really not a villain. His whole purpose is to try to save Nora. She gets sick. So
right.
I believe what possibly is going to end up happening, they're going to hire him. He's going to be working on something to try to help Gotham, to freeze the water and everything like that. And an accident happens, and Nora gets fucked up. So now he's blaming Gotham, like, I had to do this research. I was under the weather. I mean, I was under the pressure. You guys were pushing, and that's what starts his villainhood. Like, I'm against y'all because she wouldn't be in this situation if y'all didn't pressure me to complete this before I had time. Like, I feel like it's going to be a moment where you're like, I need more time, and I'm like, no, this needs to happen by Friday, and that's what's going to cause everything, and that makes him the bad guy.
I need diamonds. Diamonds.
Have you ever went back and watched those old
oh, of course, man. It's hilarious. I kind of love them too, low key.
Campy as they are, outside of the Clooney one. I didn't like the Clooney one.
Yeah.
But I mean, but like those first two ones for sure I love, because you know what I'm saying, Batman and Batman Forever. Yeah. And Batman Returns. I like all three of those.
Batman with what's his name? Who played that Batman?
Why am I blanking? I don't blank. It's funny when you blank right on the moment. And I've been talking. I
feel like people transfer their blankness over. That's what I just did to you, probably.
Right, because like I said, trust me, I've been talking. Keaton.
Not Michael Keaton. No, I'm talking about the blonde hair one. What's his name?
The blonde hair Batman?
Yeah, he was kind of blonde. He was in
it's Keaton, Clooney,
and then the other one, the one right after that.
Get Shorty. What's old boy name?
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right.
I cannot think of his name either. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name.
But yeah, I like those movies. Especially somebody told me one time, like, the greatest comparison is really like, if you look at those movies as a modern version of what they did with the old Batman, the original 1960s Batman with I forgot his name too. I'm terrible with
Adam West.
Adam West. There you go.
And the other one was Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. There you go. So if you look at those as like modern, updated Adam West Batman, like, you kind of have a new kind of appreciation for it. Like, I see, okay, this really is in that campy genre of just like fun, silly, stupid kind of, you know. So yeah, it has a place in my heart.
So all right, so 2 segments before I get you out of here. So we do a top 5, right? Okay. I want to get in the geek world, in the geek realm, when we talk about superpowers, what is your top 5 superpowers?
Top 5?
Yep.
Okay. I think mind control is probably one of the strongest, craziest things someone could have. Yep. What else? Did I just turn up? You turn my volume up?
I didn't touch anything.
Oh, damn. I feel like I got... Anyway, let me see. Mind control. Flight is just that beautiful superpower to have, to take a woman up in the sky and have sex with her in the clouds would be a dream of mine, personally.
Well, like we must in The Boys at some point.
Right. Man, I feel people, whatever drips down to the people below.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all. Can you imagine Superman low? But anyway, what else? So that's the romantic version. Oh, did I lose you?
I can hear you. I think your camera just went. I saw the Lumix symbol.
There we go. Good.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. I guess we're done or something. Sorry, but yeah, flight, super strength. I think is obviously a good one, but I think also speed. I think is very powerful. And then let me think of a good one. What's a good unique one? Like Wolverine's one of my favorite characters, but I wouldn't want to have. Damn, I'm sorry, the camera cut out.
Cool, bro.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to have knives as a superpower that just pop up.
Especially that lives in your skin and coming out.
Right. You're just going through pain every time. That's your superpower, pain.
Right.
I think that's 5 though, right?
Yeah, that's 5. Well, because his healing factor was definitely.
I'll put one for me and Jada Pickett to grow our hair back. Goddamn it, that's what we all want right there. That's what I want right there.
Okay. All right. So one more top 5. For you in those movies and everything. What is your top 5 superhero movies?
My top 5 superhero movies.
And I'll give you a caveat to help you out. It doesn't have to be in order, and it can be right now.
And it could be right now?
Yeah, like right now, in the moment, if you have to choose right now. So it doesn't have to be your all time, because I know that sometimes it's hard with so many stuff.
Right.
Okay.
So I just saw a repeat of this recently, but Endgame and Infinity War are probably the top, just greatest. I mean, it goes up there with some of the best movies ever. Yeah. I'm talking about it hits on every level of making you laugh, cry. Yeah. I don't be crying. I do, but those are amazing. Captain America Winter Soldier was one of the best action movies to me of all time. Like, it's just fantastic. It hits perfectly on the comic book level. Like, it has those comic book elements, like when what's his name? Not Zemo. What was the dude that was in the computer? That old Nazi dude. That was
Baron Zemo.
No, Baron Zemo had the purple mask.
Oh, what's old boy name?
Do you remember him? But I like how they did that though. Like how they put him, like they brought back a character from the old Captain America movie and brought him back into modern time with that. That was very comic book-esque. And then another one I would say, you said comic book or superhero?
Comic book movies, superhero movies.
Comic book superhero. I'm gonna throw in some random ones just for fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Scott Pilgrim versus the World is an amazing movie. If y'all haven't seen that, please go back and watch it.
That's the perfect actual comic book movie.
Yes. Yes.
Elements with the exaggeration,
and it's kind of a perfect video game movie at the same time too.
So good. It's
like, man, it's perfect. What's another one? Shit, I'll say the first Blade.
Ooh.
Is incredible.
Mahershala?
I am excited, even though he's about to be 50 years old playing Blade.
Mahershala's 50?
He's damn near. He's like 48 or 49, something like that. But I'm excited. He's a great actor.
That's on par with Marvel, because when you really break down the ages of Robert Downey Jr. and Don Cheadle, like niggas was old playing our hero.
Oh yeah. Most of them, when I thought about it for a while, I was like, most of the actors that we care about the most in this whole Marvel thing are the older ones.
Yeah.
Like, the Hulk, what's the name that plays the Hulk is old.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, Ruffalo. It's only these newer characters that are younger, and Spider-Man.
Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh my God, was he 79 years old? He is old as hell. He about to be in 3 Marvel movies, I think this year or next year, whatever.
Man, listen, Samuel L. Jackson don't turn down a role.
He don't.
That nigga don't turn down a role.
I remember there was a comic book called Secret Wars. Did you ever read that? There's 2 of them now. There's one with Molecule Man in it from back in the day. That was the old one. But there was a newer one. Do I have it right here?
You think that's what's playing out?
No. I'm saying that they, in that comic book, the artists in there copied features. This came out before any of the Marvel movies came out. But they were copying features of just actors and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he made Nick Fury Samuel Jackson.
Story. Yeah, I remember
he made, and I remember that's the first time that I said, "Oh crap, Samuel could play Nick Fury," and it's crazy how that came to light. But I think they had he drew like Angelina Jolie as Black Widow. Like you could tell that was her. Like it was
Samuel L. Jackson may be one of the greatest blurs in the world. Because you think about this. He has a pivotal character in the Star Wars universe.
mm-hmm,
He has a pivotal character in the Marvel universe. And then like,
damn.
like,
In Jurassic Park, in the Jurassic universe.
And then he's also like in the animation world between the Boondocks and Afro Samurai. Like,
oh my God.
Like, Samuel L. Jackson is like the guy. And then in Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, remember he was
oh my God. Yo, Samuel might be the greatest of all time, period.
No, he's
like low key, like as at least when it comes to Black just creator, actor, whatever, like he has some, everything he does is in like top 10 of something.
The fact that he made motherfucker like in any setting, he can be at a school. If he drop it, nobody's gonna be mad. Everybody gonna be like, yes, genius. Like he made that his thing. All right. So last segment we do, it's called recommendation. It could be something that you're listening to, reading, watching, but something that you think that our viewers and listeners should check out.
Let me see. One thing I would say, I'm always listening to podcasts constantly, man. Podcasts,
too,
reviews.
My carousel is crazy. It's like it's y'all, it's Tim, it's on stage, and it's to hear.
I would shout out all of them too, man. All their podcasts are fantastic to listen to.
My people know. I mean, I've had them on here too. All of them. You know?
All of them, great.
So like my people knows 100% about them.
Let's go. Let me think. Hold on, I got a book on me. Hold on.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know, everybody's trying to get their money up. I got this one book right here called The Psychology of Money.
Okay.
That's a really good book if you want to really think. It just kind of teaches you about how to think about money rather than just kind of puts in your head how to spend better, how to invest better, but more of the psychology of it.
You want to know what's
really good?
Like I said, this is probably like episode 60 of these interviews that I be doing, and most of the Black people that come on this show, they recommend a book, and I don't know. For me, I take a pride in that. I'm like,
that's awesome.
Like,
yeah,
I take pride in that. Like, look, like you know what I'm saying, like everything that be against us and everything that people say about us, like all these Black people are recommending things to better your life outside of just the entertainment. And it's like everybody's into entertainment, and it's okay if you recommend some entertainment stuff. But I just love that. Like it's a subtle pride thing that I've adapted. That I'm like, look, boom, I got this. Like I love that, man.
We are the last humans. So actually, since this is the Geek Set podcast, let me grab a comic book I'm reading. Hold on, let me grab some comics that hold on 1 second.
we live in effect, man. Oh, you about to stack out.
I just picked up a quick stack. A stack. Okay.
It's a little nothing. It's nothing.
You know what I'm saying? This is my currency right here when we talk about a stack. We want to talk about a stack. All right, I got Saga.
Ooh,
y'all ever read that?
I fucking love Saga.
Ironically, I got a lot of books with some Black people in it, or at least a couple. Saga's fantastic.
I think we got that here too.
Bro, Saga's fantastic. Of course, you got to have like a Deadpool. I got a little, Deadpool on it. This comic book is actually pretty good. I only got to the 3rd issue, but it's called Orphanage. You ever heard of this?
No,
it's pretty dope. Black character, family gets whole town kind of dies. All the adults in the town, or in the world, excuse me. And he kind of becomes like this. Kind of think of it almost as Walking Dead without zombies. It's post-apocalyptic. These are the kids grow up and they're the last humans, kind of that before all the parents died in this apocalyptic world. And then we got some X-Men, Ultimate X-Men, Volume 7. So that's just a couple. Oh, I got your boy here. right here. Teen Titans.
Oh yeah.
I think Nightwing's in this one.
Yeah, he should be, if I'm not mistaken. Because I got the first Deathstroke run, so I got the Judas contract with the Teen Titans.
Oh my God, that's a good one, man.
Let me show you something.
Did you watch the animation, the Judas contract?
Yes, I did.
Was it as good as? I mean, it's never as good as the comic, but was it good?
Yeah, it was. It was definitely.
All right, cool.
Let me show you this one though. This one when Chadwick passed. Did you see the Spawn?
Oh, that looks hard.
Bro,
nah.
It's
they use Chadwick's face.
No. This is Spawn, but this is him.
Oh, okay.
Just showing love to Chadwick and everything.
That is dope, man.
We got that one. That one was dope. But yeah, man, I you know what? Like, man, I didn't know that you was this deep in the comic books. Like, I know that
bro.
But like, I didn't know that much. And I feel like this we're again, my moment of pride. I got the first Amanual email, but also I feel like you haven't talked about this like this in anywhere. So this is
man, I love this stuff. I feel like comics and all this stuff is a great source for anybody to like just build on their imagination. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I'm pretty sure when we were back in Africa, back in the day, they strived of superheroes. They had gods. They had, all types of things. They're legends. And so this stuff just builds imagination of what's to come.
Yeah.
And I feel like most Black people, we dress like superheroes anyway.
Hey,
you see some of our fits. I'd be like, oh, that's the Flash right there.
Hey, Met Gala at the Met Gala at the Grammys, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Step out. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Where can my people find you at, man?
Bro, please come to the Comedy Trap House. Like you said, I'm barely on this social media as I should be, but Comedy Trap House, we have everything there. And of course, if you're looking for sketches, go to check out Dormtainment, our YouTube channel, and our Instagram, and follow. You can follow me at Emmanuel Richards if you want to. And then follow the rest of the guys as well at Cam from DT, at Roam a Lot, at Mike Dam, and at Chad C Diddy. What's Chad's things now? I need to
C Diddy 7, I think, or
C Diddy 7. There you go. Chad's got the oldest name out of everybody.
I know.
Oh, they don't got my name. I'm gonna put a 7 on the end of it. Somebody took the name.
This has been One-on-One with Deuces. I've been your boy Deuces. This has been the GOAT, the legend himself, Amanuel from Dormtainment, and we are out. Jesus.
Appreciate it.